Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Bowling, along with Kimberly Guilfoyle, Bob Beckel, Andrea Tantaros, and our guy, Greg Gutfeld, is back. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. Well, reality is setting in for some of President Obama's biggest supporters, and it ain't pretty. Poor old Maureen Dowd over the New York Times wrote a column yesterday titled, "Dreaming of a Superhero." Mark the date, June 3rd, 2012. Dowd's just realizing now that he's not Superman. She writes, quote, "The president who started off with such dazzle now seems incapable of stimulating either the economy or the voters. What's worse, some Democrats are sensing that the Obama presidency may be more like the Titanic, and plenty of his biggest supporters seem to be jumping ship. Think Bill Clinton, Newark Mayor Cory Booker, Ed Rendell. Veteran Dem Bob Shrum summed things up this way.
If you did what I think the governor is suggesting, and maybe he's not, and you just let this be a referendum, I don't think the president could win.
Like rats off a sinking ship, Clinton, Booker, Rendell, Ratner, Shrum, Dowd. When can we add Beckel to that list?"
Bob?
It'll be a long, long time, because I think what Shrum said there at the end was exactly right. If it were a referendum, he'd probably lose, but he's still got to run against somebody, and that somebody is Mitt Romney, and Mitt Romney is going to have himself some rough press. You watch. There's going to be, Romney still has yet to have to explain an economic plan that puts you in debt 3 times as much as Obama does, and a lot of other things. So, it's just starting that way. But look, you can't, if you have 2 more months of 62,000 jobs, then, even somebody as lightweight as Romney could get in.
Even you have to admit that the list of Democrats jumping off the Obama
they're not
bandwagon.
jumping off. I don't know how you got that.
How do you not get it?
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton said that all this talk about Romney's time at Bain Capital, he had a sterling record at Bain Capital.
Bill Clinton's
by the way,
never been
that
on the
undermined
bandwagon.
Obama quite a bit. You have to admit that.
It did undermine, but Booker, these guys aren't jumping ship.
By the way, that photo of them together, it's like a mirage, man. Don't believe it. He may be standing next to him, but he is not with him, okay? He's just not. And a lot of other people aren't as well. And guess what? When we see come like Thursday, Friday of next week, the disastrous poll numbers that I believe are coming like a bad wind from Friday's economic numbers, then we're going to see. We'll see how more people are going to say bad things about him.
Well,
typically when people in your own party start to jump ship, it's a sign of your weakness. And I think that the dissent is flowing more freely because I believe there's a lot of Democrats that think the president likely won't win.
Right.
You can add even Senator Dianne Feinstein, who said that Bain Capital is a great company. Deval Patrick in Massachusetts said the same thing. But I think a lot of Democrats are also trying to CYA, right? They're trying to protect themselves. They want to make sure that this wave doesn't flow over them. And I predict in the future a lot of Democrats will have scheduling conflicts. You know, when Obama tries to come to their state and campaign with them, they'll say, "Oh, I'm not going to be there. Whoops, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss you." So,
Greg,
washing my hair.
Greg, how do you feel?
Well, I would like to say that I feel as though I am a metaphor for this economy.
Oh, my goodness.
In the sense that over the weekend, as a 47-year-old male, you should never do a water slide. And I landed on my back. I am in terrible, terrible pain, so I took a lot of muscle relaxants. So in a sense, I'm in terrible condition. But I feel great, which is essentially what this economy is. It's in terrible condition, but the media says it's not so bad. But it grew 69,000 jobs. It's not enough to maintain David Axelrod's mustache. So I tried to figure out, are there anything that's growing faster than this economy? And I came up with a list. The first one are the redwoods. They're growing faster.
Okay.
The pyramids, they're growing faster. John Edwards' popularity soaring past the economy. Howie Mandel's hair growing faster. And, of course, Dana Perino. All of these things are growing faster than the economy. And now I'm going to pass out.
You make a lot more sense now with all those drugs.
No, you can finally understand me because we're on the same medication.
You're speaking a little slower.
You're in a better mood than this morning, let me tell you.
Yeah.
How do you know what I was like this morning?
Can I quote another? Yes, I do. You know that.
You stepped right into that. Ooh, excuse me. Let me put a softball right down the middle of the aisle on that one.
I told my wife I was alone.
Yeah. Oh wow. What was your wife doing this morning? Yeah. Okay.
Water slide. Yeah. Right.
Sure.
Okay, Kimberly.
Also
in Maureen. Come on, Bob. Let's bring it back here. Also in Maureen Dowd's article, she writes, the man who described himself as caught without a class, a structure, a tradition, is finding himself too absorbed to see what's not working. Obama.
Yeah.
Maureen Dowd saying Obama's too absorbed to see what's not working.
Well, he better have some advisors that are going to help him out. And he doesn't have Bob Beckel because we're occupying him here at the 5. But he needs people that are going to give him some good, solid advice. Maybe Clinton will give him some advice, but I don't know if he's going to listen. It seems like he really relies on Axelrod, and he may be great at elections, but I don't think he's a strategist to help fix the economy, and that's what he needs, numbers up.
He's instinctively a good politician with a bad environment for him to be running in, but Clinton has every reason to see him reelected, because without that, his wife's chances of running for president in 2016 are much more diminished trying to run against an incumbent.
That's why he'll
That's
help
why
him.
Clinton will very much be
Did you notice the shift there, though? We're now talking about the environment. It's like these job numbers come out, which actually aren't much different than they have been for the last 36 months. It's always been around 70,000 when you look at it. Am I making any sense? Yes, I am, Bob.
No, you're not.
No, it's been pretty bad for a long time.
last 70 months?
36 months.
Okay.
It's around 70,000. But the point I want to make is
You don't know what the point is.
the shift is
awesome,
now
by the way.
it's the world's fault. It's now they're looking at Europe and they're going, the reason why our economy is so bad, it's because of the world. So now it's never Obama's fault.
Greg.
It's always the world.
Greg,
Well, I
can you
don't
hand me
think
the shovel, please?
I don't think the president knows what to do. I really
Honestly.
don't. I think Dowd actually has it wrong. I think the president has no idea what to do. It's what happens when you elect someone with such little experience. I mean, it's the senator that voted president. It's a guy who never really
You think if
practiced
John
law.
McCain were president, this
And
thing would be
here's
better
what,
off?
and as far as job numbers, you know who really boxed the president in? The New York Times liberal Paul Krugman. He wrote in 2009,
And he's right.
December of 2009, he said the only way to get back on track, the way that we need to get, is to add 300,000 jobs per month. I mean, he really did box in President
Yeah,
Obama.
but today he wrote a piece in the Times blaming Republicans again.
Sure.
Well, he's a
calling
liberal. What's he
Guys,
gonna do?
before we go, just listen to Jay Carney. Can we hear Jay Carney today explaining what's going on with President Obama and jobs?
Oh, him again.
Democrats have expressed real concern about not only the economy, but what it says about the president's prospects for re-election. Does the president share the concern that somehow there's been a tipping point reached?
The president is focused far less on his job than on the jobs of the American people.
All right, Bob, I'm going to throw it to you, but here's Jay Carney
Look at
saying
Bob's face.
he's focusing on American people's jobs. On Friday, when this horrible jobs report came out, he did 6 fundraisers. Today, he's at the podium saying the president's concentrating on jobs. You know what the president's doing today? 3 fundraisers in New York City.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you do. I mean, when you're running for re-election. But I think
Well,
Carney
what is his jobs
might have
plan,
said
though, Bob?
it. I
What's the
wouldn't have said
president's jobs plan?
it's not concentrating on his own job. I mean, I think that's not the way I would put it. But
Well, isn't
look,
that what he's doing?
But wait,
Fundraisers?
fundraisers
listen,
mean more waiters. You need waiters to serve the people that are there.
No, it means more money
Pro-check.
to run over Mitt Romney with.
No, you
If
just
you
went
think
after
they
Mitt
get-
Romney, Bob, and earlier in this segment you said he doesn't have a jobs plan and he's not going to be able to explain it.
doesn't.
What is President Obama's jobs plan?
It's sitting up on Capitol Hill. They won't pass it. It's an infrastructure
a
bill.
payroll tax cut
No,
extension?
it's an infrastructure bill to
Wow.
put people back to work. There's a lot of things.
Well-
But you know, you Republicans keep saying, let the free market handle this thing. Well, the free market's making boodles of money, but it's not doing anything about it. Because Europe does matter.
Uncertainty. They have all
and
the
that
money on the
dumpy joint you're an
sidelines.
ancestor
really
from
important.
has heard
It's really
of.
important.
Oh,
What
yeah,
you
blame
said
it on Greece.
What you said to Greg earlier, you said, hand me the shovel, right?
Yeah.
Hand me the shovel when you're digging a hole and you're digging
Yeah,
deep.
right,
Hand me the
right.
shovel.
Are you
asking
Because
for the
Obama spent $865 billion with that jobs plan that didn't work.
And
you're
saved us
saying-
from a depression.
You're saying keep digging. Dig
No,
some more.
I'd put
Dig
another
$400
$1 trillion in it tomorrow if I
Dig
could.
some
He
more.
favors make work over real work, which is why he was against fracking in the beginning, and for these infrastructure jobs, which means digging a hole and then filling a hole. That's all it is.
Redigging. Hey guys, play the. Let's do American Crossroads ad.
jeez.
Who, by the way, that was a nice throw. Who, by the way, just watch the ad.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, let's run it.
It's nauseating to the American public.
Whatever happened to hope and change? Now it seems he's just coming right out of the box with these old-fashioned negative ads.
If you don't have a record to run on, then you paint your opponent as someone people should run from.
Yeah, it's pretty effective.
Very effective, and there's going to be more where that comes from, because there is no record for the president to run on. He doesn't want to talk about Obamacare. He said he needs a second term to fix it. I mean, if I'm the voters, I'm saying we gave you blew all that capital he had, tremendous capital. He was very popular on a bill that now needs massive alterations, and that's what you need a second term for.
Let's
So-
keep in mind that I've never seen a presidency like Bush's that still to this day in targeted states blame Bush for the economy. It's still going to be Obama's economy, don't get me wrong. But there still is a hangover effect on this.
What?
So we should
talking
impeach Bush.
No, he's gone already, fortunately.
Oh,
But
thanks
that's
for
not the
telling
thing.
us.
Still going to be Obama's economy.
No, I'm saying that the public still has fresh in their mind what he inherited. And what his record is, he saved us from a depression. That's what it was. You leave it up to the Republicans who've said no, no, no. And Mitt Romney and all his money raisers. And by the way, the fundraising for the Mormon church is going great, I
All
understand.
right, we're not even going there. Coming up, two
yes,
hip
we are.
ladies.
Oh, yes, we
Sarah
are.
Jessica Parker and fashionista Anna Wintour are all in for 4 more years of President Obama. How does that make you feel? Greg has some thoughts. Gutfeld is next.
We think.